No?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Oh, why is this count? Oh, we get a countdown this time?
Mm. Wow.
Fancy.
You look great.
Thank you. I had something to film this morning and I've lost 5 pounds.
Good for you.
Thank you. I haven't eaten any breakfast though, so I don't know where LadyBEE going with all of them big bag there.
This is my breakfast right here. This is a rough top.
I don't even understand. This is going to be rough. This is going to be really rough. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Tricky, where we take your mind off of what's going on outside the closet and bring you in here for a full hour of fun, frolicking. Foolishness. Sorry we're late, guys. Apparently there's a little old lady driving in front of Traci and it took her half an hour to get here from Barbican.
You don't even know.
So I think it would only be right for us to start with the Chris Brown concert and, like, you know, what is our little recap on it. So
before we start with the Chris Brown concert,
right.
I think we should actually start with the fact that I went over to get my eyebrows done.
Oh, Trey, girl.
Yes.
They're lower than it. Look in the camera. Oh,
Yeah.
Traci.
So
lovely.
I
She had just walked in here. I've barely gotten to see her.
yeah, I just jammed in here.
You just jammed in here.
And
you look great. Your face is fresh.
She actually said to me, "Why don't you do?" She's like, "You have such long eyelashes. Do you do anything?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Well, why don't we do a lash lift so that?"
She can take more money.
Well, yes, but anyway, so we did a lash lift, and I like it because instead of my eyelashes sticking out, they stick
going
up.
Hey,
Don't you
look,
like
guys, I must give you, or so every time I mash you up here on a Tuesday, right? And that's fine. That's my job. I'm your older sister. I must cause the most trouble. But look at you up in the camera. Not a lot of girls can do this. We don't use a filter on Tuesdays with Tricky. Look how close up into the camera you've gone. You have on not even lotion on your dry face.
No, I don't.
And not a lot of girls can do that. You are like a fresh faced beauty trait.
I don't even go that far, but thanks, Jodi.
Not a lot of girls can do that. I would never do that. I remember when they had that natural face challenge, and I was like, I'm sitting that one out. That ain't me.
So I went to Rebecca Mafood.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I didn't want to mention her last week in case she didn't do a good job. And I didn't want to blast her. So I was leaving her today and I was like, I want to mention you on the show. So she's like, oh, thank you so much. And I am so happy with her service. I'm happy with her facilities. It was really nice.
They named the son up to them. I wonder how much you pay.
No. I did the threading and the lash lift, and it was...
so she going up bare things are going for her?
She does threading. She does, because I was going to do brow lamination. So she's like, you know, you have to decide what you want. I don't want you to feel that you have to spend money with me. She's like, we're definitely going to thread. I cannot leave you like that. And then she gave me the mirror. She's like, decide after. So she gave me the choice of doing eyebrow lamination. She gave me also the choice of doing like the eyebrow henna. And then she was like, why don't you try the lash lift? So she's like, choose. If you don't want to do anything today, that's fine. So I was like, no, let's do the lash lift. I don't really know what that is. She's like, good choice, because I don't really feel that the lamination is for you.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. And so I really respected that she didn't push me to spend money with her.
Yeah.
And then I like that she gave me the choice of what to do. Her little old dog was in the room with us, which reminded me about me, because remember I would always have the dogs in my room with me when I was doing hair.
Like Daddy said, Daddy, keep the dog. I don't want to go in here, man. Take the dog.
And the dog just stayed there. She was so sweet. She just laid there. And it was a really good experience overall for me. And
Jodi, are you still sleeping with your husband, Sean Paul? Not right now. I woke up, I've started my day. But anyway. Alright, so Traci's eyebrows are good. We're so glad we have her back on track. So the concert. So myself, I don't like concerts. It's just such a long time standing. You know, you'll have one performer you like. To me, it's a lot of lulling. It's a lot of anticipation. I don't love a concert. So we went, and I think overall, I think Chris did a good job. I think that he really performed his heart out.
No, he's a performer. Like, the man, you know, it's something that always gets me with Sean's performances too. Like, how are you not panting on stage? Like, the man is dancing, jumping. Those lights are hot. And Sean jumps. We're talking about Chris. High. Yeah, but I know. But
so, you know, so we want to talk a little bit about what was happening behind the scenes. And a question that I asked while I was there. So he was so far away And so we were watching the monitors at the side, and a question that I did see a lot on social media was that, not a question, a comment, that he was lip syncing. But I had seen it as well, and I asked and I said, he's lip syncing, and it was Sean that said to me, no, remember there's going to be a delay once the video reaches the side screens. He goes, there definitely is a track playing, maybe with his vocals, but he is up there singing. So I was like, okay, cool. He's like, he's definitely not lip syncing. He is singing, his neck moving. So I think what people did was they saw the delay of the video. It was, Traci, like even half a second, and you could see a delay. So that it was that when it was translated over or whatever, there was a bit of a delay. So I didn't want to say that because, you know, I do think when you have artists working hard that, you know, you just kind of need to give them their props. On a whole, I think, you know, what is the point of the promoters sending out all of this information about, oh, it's going to be done at 12, come out early, it's all over the blogs, come out early, this big thing, and yet it finishes at 3:30. The traffic, no matter what you did, was still disgusting and terrible. It was a Sunday night. Like, get your act together. Like Quiet Perry said, he's like, what is with all of these artists? You could have 4 supporting acts, and then the main act comes on stage at 10 o'clock. Like, it's almost like, do you not write this down before? And like, oh, hi TJ, how long is your set? Okay, hey, so how long is your ding dong? Okay, let's add.
Like you opened
okay,
let's work it out. 4 o'clock, and I didn't get home till 4 a.m. Like, why is it a
people
12
were out there
day?
waiting from 2 o'clock, Traci?
And that was really hard because the tickets were a lot of money, and so you spend all of this money to see Chris Brown, and then he didn't come on stage till like what o'clock in the morning, and I found that very unfair because it's unfair to the people who have waited that long and can't wait anymore. He came on at like what, 12 or 1 o'clock. I'm not sure. I was, you know, in my vibe. But then when you looked around, it's unfair to Chris too because Chris was not performing to a full stadium when at 10 o'clock the stadium was full. So like, that's not fair to Chris either. Chris doesn't want to come out and see like a half empty stadium. Like, it wasn't
half empty, but it was,
not
people
as packed
were,
as it was.
It wasn't as packed as it was, and people were leaving. But I'm going to be a little controversial now, as usual.
Please don't say anything. I just want you to stop that right now. We spoke to you about it already.
No, not that. No. That's way too controversial. So, Chris comes to Jamaica. He's enjoying our culture. He goes to our parties. He goes to Hot Mondays. He goes to, forgive me if I don't remember it. He goes to Mecca. He goes all over. But yet, he's so unreachable. So we got his backstage wasn't the regular backstage. He had a separate backstage. That backstage, he gave none of the promoters passes to. No one had passes to. We got back there because, funny enough, Scott's friend is good friends with Chris Brown's manager. So we went back there, and of course, I was just like, I can't bother trouble up the man for one picture. But how many Jamaicans have a picture with Chris Brown? You said you like our country. You're enjoying our country. Why is it that you can't mix with our people and take pictures? Like, his security team was doing their job, but it was a little bit too much.
Okay, so
he did no like meet and greets at all.
He didn't do any
He didn't come to any of the BZRT events. Like, you know, even when he was at Mecca, there was this one girl, you could tell she was Jamaican and she was the closest to him. I don't even think she has a picture with him. Like, it was just kind of like he's so hard to get to. It's almost as if he came here, but he wasn't here.
Okay, so in Chris's defense, and I hear you, and I totally 100% agree with you, and I just want to remind you that not everybody is going to be a friendly person, and not everybody is going to be a Sean. Sean, it does not matter. Sean could be sitting down eating a burger with ketchup on the side of his face, and you approach Sean, and he's like, hi, I'd like to meet you. But not everybody is like that.
Right.
So maybe Chris just, he's been on this world tour. It's been the Under the Influence World Tour. It's been going on all summer long, and it must get a bit draining for him that before each show it's like one bag of people who want to like take energy from him. After the show he wants to sit down and relax, and again he has to like go and like give energy to people, to show face, to smile, to be like, oh my gosh, thank you, which I'm sure he is very thankful for being here and being with the culture. But just in saying thank you after such a long show, it is tiring. And I get what you're saying,
but that's a part of it too. That's a part of it as well. Meet and greet with your fans to show your genuine appreciation from your heart, not just be like, Jamaica, thank you so much, I'll be back in another 6 years, I love you. We love you too, Chris. We love you so much. We packed the stadium for you. Like, it's kind of a toss-up of who packed the stadium more, Buju or Chris. right? You didn't do any meet and greets. You couldn't stop and take one picture. There were girls that were backstage. You didn't take a picture with them. You were at Mecca. You couldn't take a picture with anybody. I mean, you have a picture with our Minister of Tourism, Popcorn. But you know what I mean? Not even the promoters could get to you to take a picture.
I wonder if, given the hate he gets constantly, he's just that little extra careful. That too.
Well, he's a bit careful because when he said he called the girl on stage, because cancel culture is so prevalent and you have to be very careful, he did choose somebody from his team that was on stage. Because next thing you go Dexter daps out a girl from in the crowd and a beer trouble you get into.
Yeah, like I feel that he's exactly that too. Like I get what you're saying, Joe, and I don't think that Chris thinks he's better than anybody, but I just think that he's also a little bit aware of what's happening to him. He's always in the media. He's always been critiqued. Always. It's not like, and it's not like he's never spoken about it. He's always spoken about it in me. And let's just go back to the fact that he usually charges for meet and greet.
But we didn't even get that chance to get to pay to do a meet and greet. Or like Mariah. Mariah is very conscious of the pictures that is presented of her in the media or what happens. So when we went to meet Mariah, it was one camera at a time. You can't raise your phone or your camera. It's one person at a time. And there's somebody there who either takes the pictures, and that same person looks at the pictures and will say, no, delete that, let's do another one. So there was no chance for him to really mingle with the folk of the land.
I don't know. I feel like I hear you, but I also feel that I
just feel like you're going to like what do you call it, back Chris, you're going to defend Chris no matter what.
I will. That's so true. That's so true. And if I didn't get to meet Chris, then you know that like that's, and I'm still defending it, like that's okay. But I mean, like what really got me, so we went backstage after the performance to see if we could meet Chris, and I was like, okay, like let's try. So we're standing out there. And he's in his little area with his caravans and whatever, and he's in there. And we're standing outside, and there's a gate. It's a gate with like a curtain. I pulled down the curtain and I saw him. Anyway, and I'm not even kidding you. About 30 men wearing dark clothing and a ski mask with a skeleton on it came around and bomb rushed the gate and was just like shaking the gate. And I'm like, you know what, Jodi? That's exactly why Chris has all of his security. I mean, who wants 30 men in these unmarked ski masks that have a skeleton on them? Like, why do you think Chris wants to hang around you guys? Like, why? I don't want to have that. That's when I lost it. I was like, let's go. Of course, by this time, Scott and Sean are like, no. We're getting in. You can get in and take the picture.
Because I was like, all right, Sean, me and you go to the car, and I was like, Scott, just take Traci to Chris. But we couldn't even get to the front of the gate.
It was so scary.
Like,
I started to shake like this, and I'm like, Scott, I want to go. And there was another girl back there, and then they were like, okay, grab her and come in. I said, she's not with us. I want to go. And all I could think of was Stevie might have to survive another day, and it was very scary. And there were a lot of men that were just back there.
It was a lot of men.
Bomb rush Chris, and that's very scary. You're not from this country, and like all of these big men are trying to bomb.
But let's talk about how big of a production it was. So I see the comments. I appreciate what everybody's saying in terms of not every performer is the same. Some people are agreeing with Traci, some people agree with me. But I think this is great. It's a great talking point, you know, because it also lets me say, okay, true, not everybody's the same. Maybe he was having a bad week, but anyway. My husband won't take a picture with you. So, you know. But anyway, moving right on. What a production. So, he brought in 9 20-foot containers. If I knew he was doing that, he could have brought some of my Amazon packages, you know.
He's you know what? That's where I'm going to take a mark off.
He never brought in anything from us from Amazon. No. 9 20-foot containers. No, Kai, she didn't get our kiss. We couldn't get close enough. I mean, maybe we went, by the time we got backstage before the show, he was like dressing and stuff like that. And I was like, don't do this.
Too much.
Because I know how it feels. I was like, right before the show, like anxiety, you wonder. And then there's 2 girls out there, hi. So I said, let's come back after. And then the whole thing after with the bomb rushing, it just never happened. But whatever, it's fine. It's all good.
So he brought in 9 20-foot containers. He brought in his dancers.
The dancers' friends, because the friends that were beside us, so we ended up in the booth for his friends and family. And then beside us were the same girls, the 23 girls that he brought. they weren't not all of them were dancers. They were beside us and they had a Cockney accent.
Yes, they are. Like, they were from, I spoke to one of them. They were from Australia. He was from Australia. And I was like, oh, how come you're here? And he was like, oh, I'm friends with one of the dancers. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so all of you are friends and family of Chris? He's like, yeah. So anyway, so then he brought in, but that's not what he usually brings in. Sometimes Sean gets invitations to bring more than just his crew. Like, sometimes we've got, like, look at the time that we went with all of the crew. So anyway, no problem. So he brought in his 9 foot, this is like, but let's talk about what he brings in on a regular. On a regular, for any show that Chris Brown is booking, he brought 9 20-foot containers filled of stuff.
His musical equipment, his backdrop, everything.
And then he brought the dancers, so it's like, I think 20 dancers. Let's just see. It was either 20
male
or more.
Female, right?
Male and female dancers. And he did invite 2 Jamaican dancers on stage to perform with his dancers who had been practicing the routine from before, and they got their solo at the end, remember?
Yeah,
with the girl, okay. So he did accept the culture. Anyway,
I never said
then he brought his own technical team.
His own media team.
He brought his own media team, his own security team.
And he doubled up on security for Jamaica, just saying.
Okay, his own security team, which I agree doubling up on security in Jamaica. If you read any of the reports, Jamaica is...
It's just as dangerous as anywhere else.
Yeah, but you know, if you read the reports...
It does sound a little bit scary,
exactly,
but whatever.
So he doubled up, no problem. And then, like, he brings his own stage setup team. Like, his own team to set up the stage.
He did like a lighting team and everything. He brought in his own pyrotechnical team and his own pyrotechnics, but the pyrotechnics didn't work. There was a glitch in that. He brought in his stylist, even though that white Target shirt, I mean...
No, it was when the Jodi was like, I can't believe this is what the man chooses to wear on stage. Like, you come from foreign and this is your outfit of choice. And then who was it? Was like, it's the belt that's killing me. The belt from Halfway Tree that we wear with our women's
his belt and Sean Kingston belt. Girl, don't bother DM me nothing what you heard about my husband. Girl, I'm very confident in my relationship. You don't need to message me nothing about what you heard, what you saw, Cause you never say nothing. So girl, go ahead before I block you. Straight there, so. Think I have time for you and your foolishness, but my friend Rosemary told me I don't care. Sorry, girl. Very confident in my relationship. I'm very confident in the bond of trust me and my husband have. So you can't rockle me none at all. Try again.
Make them know.
Try again. Anyway, Chris.
Julie Mango, you can do a set on that one there.
She's going to give me the accent. Well, and she'll have the bag of my prickles and prickles.
I mean, prickles and prickles.
Moving right along.
So Chris Brown concert was very, very good. Chris is an amazing
Okay,
performer.
so guys, who else would you like to see such a big performance come to Jamaica, right? Who else would you like to see? Who could we bring to Beyonce? Yeah, can bring Beyonce.
I'd like to see Ciara. I think Jamaicans like people who dance. Like Chris Brown got such a big forward because he dances, and it was men and women alike that love Chris Brown's performance. So I think Ciara would be a good choice.
And Ciara just did a song. Are we saying her name right? Ciara. Ciara. Usher. Oh, Usher can put on a show.
Usher would be a good choice. That's a definite.
John Legend. Usher. Okay, Usher's come up. Taylor Swift.
Do you think that Taylor Swift is getting a forward in Jamaica?
Not in Jamaica, but let me react. Okay, Kylie, you are correct. Rihanna would done the place. Done the place. So I just think that Taylor Swift. So my brother was looking at buying tickets for him and his girlfriend for a show coming up, and the only availability is October. And I don't think we really recognize that Taylor Swift has the whole of Middle America and White America on lock. But when she's ready to go on tour, she actually charges, I think her charge to promoters and stuff is almost double what Beyonce charges. Yeah. And she's been garnering more ticket sales. I forget what Timmy had said to me about Taylor Swift. Tony Braxton, Nicki Minaj, The Weeknd, Drake, and the tunes. Kes here all the time. Jason Derulo, Riri. Okay, yes, this sounds good.
Jason Derulo? I don't know if
Taylor tickets in Toronto are mad. I would put House Market to go and watch Taylor. Oh my gosh. I think we underestimate her, Tracy. Summer Walker.
I don't know who that is.
I believe I follow her on Instagram. If you sang a song, I would be like, oh yeah, but I don't know enough of her. Queen B.
What about if we had a concert with Lil Kim? Do you think she'd be able to sell out?
Little Kim, I think she would need some. I think she needs to bring some of her team.
Cause I mean, remember Little Kim?
Like, yes, Tracy.
What was it called again? What was their crew called? It was Little Kim, Puffy. What was their crew called again? Come on, help me, guys.
SZA, J-Lo. J-Lo just did a song with Sean. Was I supposed to say that?
Yes, he said it in the Observer article.
Sean just did a song with J-Lo. It sounds really good. And I'm like, yo, you doing a video? You doing a video? You going to touch up? I was like, yo, can I see the treatment for the video? Like, you need like a nice video. You know, they told him have this like a Spanish look, so he could be like, era pera, woody water, and just use it as an excuse to feel up J-Lo.
Hola, hola,
and then, so the next time we play, have you ever? Sean can be like, never have I ever felt up J-Lo.
Sean will be like, but yeah. I love a J-Lo.
Yo, so you remember how the time that we went to we went to an award ceremony and J-Lo is in like the middle row at the front, far right? Sitting right there. And Sean and I are in, like, there's an aisle and we're like maybe 5 or 6 back. And it's Sean and then me. So J-Lo turns around, right? And she's like, and she makes eye contact with me and waves. So I'm like, oh, hey, girl. So it's like, Sean, you sit up. So do you know that rotted a few days ago? I was like, yeah, Sean, remember J-Lo said, he's like, Jodi, I just want to tell you, I'm so sorry after all these years. But she was saying hi to me. I know. Sean, she was looking directly, she looked me in my eyes. And I was like, hey. Tracy, you know I came home and I was like, guys, J-Lo told me hi. Yes. So for all these years, that little shit was holding it. That J-Lo was really telling her. Because he didn't wave back, you know. At least I didn't see him wave back. Maybe he waved or did I head nod.
Sean does on the head.
Because I was like, you sit up. I've heard that, you know. I've heard that.
So, but I mean, like, I find it, what offended me was that, you know, Chris came to Jamaica and he didn't come over for a Prosecco Saturday. That's what I found offensive.
Yeah.
Him and his dancers could have come for the Prosecco Saturday.
That's a lot of Prosecco. Them dancers, he was rolling deep with them dancers. I can't afford that. The song with Chris Brown and Sean, Chris Brown and Sean Paul, Brown Skin Girl, I really love that song. That's a really nice song.
Me too. And it was so funny because Sean Paul's new summer song is called Summer Hot and Chris Brown's new summer song is called Summer Too Hot.
What is it? Yeah? So Tracy, we're looking at Tracy. Tracy's like standing at the edge of the thing, you know, and she's, some of the time she's moving, but most of the time she's like still and she's like hugging herself. So I do think I have a video. When you go around and look at Tracy right there, then the first time we look, and we see Tracy like, you know, Tracy like, you know, a tear coming down her cheek. How about the other performers on the show? So Kiki, no, sorry, not Kiki, that's Lucky Diamond. We honestly can't give an honest review on that because we came late. Because we were like, let's just go see Chris and Lee.
We had to put the kids to bed.
Yeah, we had to put the kids to bed. I had house guests. They had kids too. So and
by
it was
the time
a Sunday.
we finished putting the kids to bed and we got ready, it was about 9:30, and then we, you know, by the time you leave in the house, and we'd be doing the convoy, so we didn't actually get there till about like 10:30 or so.
So I couldn't give an honest thing on the other performers. We saw Idonia, we saw Sean Kingston, we saw, well, Valiant came on during Chris's set. It wouldn't be fair for me to be like, oh, this one was great, or and compare any because I wasn't there for
all I can say is that when they announced that Miss Kitty was going to be the host, I can honestly say that I was like, okay, whatever. And when I got there and saw Miss Kitty hosting,
how she works,
she
works the stage very well.
Amazing host. Like when they announced it, I was like, okay, whatever. Like people had a lot to say about it, but I didn't have anything to say. I've never been there to comment, but I am here to tell you guys.
She hosts a show very well and she engages the crowd. She keeps up with current events because I do like that she touched on, you know, bigging up the workers that we sometimes just kind of overlook, you know. And I find that we're living in a time now where nobody... Miss Kitty did not sing, Tracy. You're mixing up the people.
No, she sang.
Wait, does Miss Kitty cannot sing?
She
what was Miss Kitty wearing?
She was wearing this green sleevey thing
Where was I?
with like see-through pants, and it was like corsetty, and she had on a wig, and it was all like cool. Yeah, she
rapped Fancy Face. I don't know where I was.
Yeah, she rapped like
she did a freestyle for.
Yeah, like honest to God, Miss Kitty. Yo, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
And I will continue with bigging up the workers, because I find that right now we're living in a time where people don't want to work. Everybody wants to, feel like and get the easy way out. So I do want to big up all of the workers, the people that we can in customer service that get cussed out the most, and to the females that go out there and that they work and then they come home and they have to cook dinner and then they still have to be a mom, So big up to all the single dads. Big up to everybody who works. Everybody gotta work. Work harder.
Trust me, I've been working.
Okay. Rapped Busta's whole verse.
Yo,
I was not at the same concert.
She was so good. She was so good.
And somebody mentioned earlier about Idonia and Kimberly Megan announcing their pregnancy. I'm so happy for them. He did a really good set. He came on, his opening song was really good, and he interjected with like some of his
Ding
popular
Dong
songs.
did a good set.
So he had a lot of, actually there were no lows. You saw Ding Dong? Where was I? How did you see Ding Dong? No, I was clearly at a different concert. I was at a different concert. Sorry, so I can't say nothing. Big up to Scotty, bust through the crowd like a bouncer so we get through this. Ali was there. Hi, Ali, and I had to cuss Ali. I'm like, why is your name Ali Bird?
So weird.
It's so weird because our real name has nothing to do with Ali or anything that flies. Jeez. Anyway, the concert was a good time. Today we're sipping I was gonna say sipping lightly, but you are not sipping lightly. Tracy, we haven't had any breakfast.
No, but that traffic really got to me. Like, I know when people feel road rage because it's so hard.
Do you think that
we weren't oh my Steffi, we weren't there for Ding Dong. We weren't there for Ding Dong. So Jodi didn't space out during Ding Dong. We weren't there. We got there for Idonia set. So it was Idonia, Sean Kingston, and then Chris. So that's what we saw.
No, there was somebody else and we couldn't figure out who it was. He had Tommy Lee. It took me the longest time to figure out who it was.
He was good.
He came out with this mask and I could not figure out, and I felt he was to ask, because Sean is looking at me like
he was good.
He was waiting for me to ask him.
I know, it was so funny because I had to lean back and ask Sean a few questions and Sean was just like,
yeah, Sean is so sick of us.
I know, he's so sick of. But like, all I want to say is, as an artist, I think it's so important that you go and watch other artists perform and watch other artist segments. Like when you looked at Sean was locked into the stage and he was into the show and he was enjoying it, and it made me feel so, I don't know, like
I think you can
there's
learn
something
from
special
it.
about
Yeah.
it, that Sean was locked into the stage because he was like, yo, what is the performance like? How is the crowd respected? How does this work? How does that actually look? Because when you're performing and then it passes on to the crowd, you don't know how that is, and so I just think that goes for anybody in their craft, like. People are like, oh, who cuts your hair? Appreciation. And who cuts your hair? And I'm like, no, I always go to a salon to get my hair cut. I always want to experience what another hairdresser has to offer. And I was actually just talking about this yesterday.
So it says we saw him enjoying other people's performances.
And isn't that nice?
That's
and
really
so
cool.
I said to somebody,
because when the promoter asked if we wanted to go backstage, first of all, we thought it was our artist, right? Because this promoter is running with like 7 security. All of them look like, when you walk in through New York, the white vest with the tattoos and the braids and the hot cap, the cap cotched and whatever. So I was like, oh, looking at him like, must be an artist. He stopped and said hi to Sean or whatever. He's like, you want to go backstage, dog? And Sean was like, no. He's like, you want to go backstage, Joe? And I was like, no, because I want to see what's happening out here. Like, and Sean wants to see what's going on. Like,
and it was funny because we were rolling with our friend Rich, and we went
to take them off.
We went backstage, as I said at first, and then it was like so long, and I was like, I'm missing all of the performances, the little performances I get to watch. Can we please go back around the front? And so Rachel was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, this is why I don't love coming to certain places with Sean because I never get to experience
Yeah.
the vibe. Like that year we went to Trinidad with Sean, although
we were backstage, and I'm like, yo, Sean, when we are not here with you, we're like in bleachers, or like we'll be in VIP when there's VVIP, Sapphire, Emerald, but we're like, I like to kind of feel the energy of the people,
yeah.
you know?
And so it's funny because everybody's like, oh, I was backstage, and I'll never forget that year with Sean. Jodi cussed me off because I disappeared for all of the parties, and in the pictures I'm like on stage at the front, Michelle's sweat is dripping on me, and Jodi's like, where did you go? And I'm like, I'm not about this live sitting backstage and like drinking Hennessy. Like, I want to be at the front, like in the crowd, being moved by the people. Like, you know, I want a sweaty rub up, you know. So there is something.
There's something to be said about, and it depends on what mood you're into. Like, I love
and your personality type.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Like if you're a Chris Brown, or you know.
Yeah, it depends on your person. So not saying anything is wrong for anybody. Everybody likes to do their different thing. But the fashion at the Chris Brown concert,
I didn't get to see much. Oh, my outfit was bomb, but somebody took a shitty picture of me. My outfit was so good, and I picked it out last minute. I was so proud of myself. I looked so good. My stomach was flatting, and like, stomach was flatting, batty was batting. What can I say?
Who took a shitty picture of you? Because I'm
Tracy,
pretty sure.
you did, Tracy.
I did?
Yes, you did. And the pictures I took of you are great.
I took a lot of shitty pictures of you?
You took 3 pictures and they were all horrible.
Oh no.
Shut up, Tracy! Shut up! Shut up!
I'm not gonna lie. That was a little purpose. No, you see how it feels?
So I feel like to dress back up, yo, I'll put on false nails, you know, because I was like, these clogs came, like they're long. I was like, when am I going to wear these nails? I was like, okay, I had to take off my nails because after Bird Bush, everything broke up, everything piled up, everything was smudged. So I took off my nice purple polish. So I was like, okay, can't make Chris see me in them, you know? So I put on some talons. Yo, see me here trying to use the phone? I had to ask Tracy to help me. I was like, can you message and tell Sean to bring the bands out the car like this? I can't even unlock my phone. I felt. Then I'm drinking the drink. I have the, oh, actually not the bottle to my head. You all see me with the bottle, the fingernail, and my wrap around. It was crazy. Can't believe you never get a proper pic. No, I feel like I'll
Can't
post.
believe you never get a proper pic, Joe. Can't believe it.
What are you guys drinking? Well, Michi Boo on an empty stomach with no breakfast. We are drinking the best LadyBEE mixology. So today's flavor that I have is Summer Passion. This is with passion fruit. I believe
mine is Tropical Groove. I'm not going to lie.
She's groovy.
This is
yours is with white rum. I'm taking it slow because honestly, LadyBEE for breakfast, I've never done that before. It's a little hardcore. You know, I don't want to kill
I'm not going to lie. This is really.
It's good.
It's really good.
What is? Can you give me some ingredients?
So it's like. I taste like grapefruit juice in this. It's grapefruit juice and white rum, but there's like something sweet to it, like a strawberry puree or something like that. So I'm not getting a totally sweet vibe because I hate that. I always feel like that's gonna give me a headache.
Yeah.
But I feel like a little tang at the end, which like
I love a tang. Yes, it's well. So Michibu, if you link LadyBEE mixology and you say this is what we did for Remy's party as well. Say hey. I'd like, well, I usually get 2 gallons, and LadyBEE knows I love grapefruit juice because again I like the tang at the end. She'll mix something for me. She also has flavors there, so if you want to go buy a couple pouches to go watermelon and prosecco.
Yes, see, watermelon and prosecco.
So if you want to get a couple pouches for the beach, you want to get a couple pouches to head on like a day trip or something.
Tiffany orders and keeps her pouches in the fridge and the freezer, and then she just defrosts them whenever
I have
she
a liter in my fridge.
Yeah. Latina Pura says Road Ready has been fired.
Girl, I think the last episode was of the fight. I didn't even want to talk about the fight.
Which fight? The fight?
Well, Tracy, we had to put a big Road Ready stamp over your vagina. Like, you know, we had to like, what do you call it? Censor it out. When there was the fight and then KJ and Marissa are fighting, she's crying and Tracy goes, this is the first time I'm away from my child. All of you stop it. Stop this shit! I'm on vacation to have fun! Vagina out! They had to blur out the pum-pum.
Well, when I put on that little outfit, I did warn everybody that the vagina was going to preview because what Gen X did give you to wear it at the end.
It was a lip covering.
It was a lip covering.
What lip covering size would you like, please? Small, medium, or large?
I got that extra large. I know. God bless Road Running team for doing that, because Scott would have gotten so vexed.
We would have never put your lips out there.
Never. But Scott at the Chris Brown concert.
Yo, he was trying to outdance Chris Brown. We turn around, all we hear is Scott foot are moving on. Like, bro, it's okay. Scott is like, yo, Scott, I swear to you. I'm like, no, just stand up and watch the show.
Sean, can you please just tell him you'll take him on tour? Please, just tell Scott you'll take him on tour.
Nah, boy. Skinny lip covers, that's exactly what it was. And then we had Remy's birthday party. I just find that I just wasn't.
So St. Kitts Carnival is in December?
I think isn't St. Kitts New Year's Eve or something?
Tell us when is St. Kitts Carnival? Dutchie's Key. Please tell us.
Scott's dancing was hilarious.
I haven't even posted all of Scott's dancing.
You have videos? I have like
lots of
maybe
videos.
2 or 3.
I've put pictures of lots of men dancing to Chris Brown. Lots of men. Like, let me tell you something. The men were enjoying the concert.
I saw a video of one guy crying. Scott and Chris Brown having a dance-off on stage would be epic. Y'all missed Antigua Carnival. We missed a lot of carnivals, but it's okay.
This summer we were family.
Will there be a video with Remy's party and decorations? No. To be honest with you, I had so much to do on Friday. First of all, it was on a Friday.
We've had so much going on.
We've had a lot going on, and
Period.
we had a television station came to interview me that morning.
Duchess Key, end of December, first week in January. Duchess Key, can you DM me with some of this information?
And I just kind of felt a little bit pressure. There was a lot going on, and I just kind of just wanted to take it easy. I had house guests. You know, the next day was, Saturday. I was going to Birdbush Saturday. I had so much things to pack up. I have a house to pack up. So I was just like, I just can't bother. But the party was nice. She had a nice little unicorn celebration. I think the creative hands. She came and she did activities with the kids. So it kind of gave me time to just have a breather. What were you saying before about the party? Oh, yes. But the party was great. Remy and her friends all had a great time. And now Remy's at the age where it's not just my friends. Remy's now, at school, and Remy's now talking about certain friends. So there were a lot of kids, and there were the two genders. Sorry, there were the different genders, and then there were different age groups. So we ranged from 3 all the way to like 10. So I was like, this is so difficult to, to kind of find activities for everybody to do and everybody to partake in and feel like they're involved. It was so difficult. I've never had that many kids in my house before.
And then the food. Then the food.
Well, first of all, Stephanie was in charge of ordering the food and ordered way too much. But big up to Patsy Lynn. Yo, me no know. Patsy Lynn, me no know what took her when she was a cook that food, because the extra love in it in there.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Her food is always good. But Patsy Lynn, whatever you gave me on Friday,
did it yourself. So we ordered some cauliflower. So we ordered some cauliflower for a vegetarian vegan option.
Seychelles.
The black bean, chicken fillets. I mean, we
ordered too much, but it was really, really good.
The salt and pepper ribs were a little bit too peppery. Next time, I'm just going to ask her for salt
and scallion.
Salt and scallion. But they were tender. They were cooked perfectly.
North Carolina.
Come on, raise up.
Throw your hand up. Swing it round your head like a helicopter. When am I going to see you all, Davina? You can't just post one, just dege pic, just dege.
She's getting into.
We're annoyed with you now. Yeah. Like every picture.
No, let me tell you.
You have like one basic picture, like
you know who else annoys me so much? Like when people mention her name, I just roll my eyes. I'm like, whatever. Sarah Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
She's so annoying. Like, can you
just
look pop down for 1 second?
Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Like, not only that, like everything with the pic, you look good, skin sort out, outfit nice. You stand up in a nice place that is lit. You don't. And who's taking your pictures? Can I borrow them? Davina, I'm blocking you. I've had enough. I'm borrowing your picture taking person because mine went on pause. Oh, and I bought the same outfit that you had on. So when you post things that you can buy, I buy it. But I just want to let you know, or I need to tell myself that I don't have your body.
I know. It's a problem. It's a problem.
So, you know, I
problem.
don't look the same, you know, eloquente, glamorous, you know.
No, it's a problem.
Yeah.
problem.
So, you know,
Who else annoys you? So Davina annoys me. Sarah Lawrence annoys me.
always looks so put
Tiffany
together.
Samantha annoys me.
Yeah.
She annoys me too. Who else? Who else is always
I have to
so
think
well
of
put
my
together?
feed.
Think, guys. And when I say well put together, I mean like I see Tiffany.
I block this girl.
I see Tiffany, and I see her in person and she's still looking good. You know, I see Sarah Lawrence. If you go to her workplace, she's in her scrubs and she's looking good.
Yeah, I want your photographer too, Davina. Hold on, Mishibu. Yes, you are beautiful. You look pop down now.
Yes, I do look pop down now.
No, I think Davina was talking about. You look great, Tracy. You look great. Yes, blocker.
Shani. Shani knows what's up. But you know, I also want to give a shout out to these women who are always, you know, you are another one, Joe. You're always very done up. You're always very dulled. And I want to give a shout out to these women because it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes, you know, dedication to your skin, your hair. It takes money investing in your makeup and whatever it is, whatever you're investing in your skin. If you're a natural girl but you're investing in your skin, it does take that. And I just want to say, you know, thank you for always looking thank you for always pulling forward and putting through this effort, because people like me who are lazy, you keep people like me up to date.
Yeah.
Like you keep me like, oh gosh, no, I know I'm going to see Sarah Lawrence today. I know I want to go. Like I have this client named Philippa.
Philippa's coming here today, you know.
She is?
Yeah.
Every time I see Philippa, my client, she is so on point. She's another one, so annoying. And like, I always think to myself, oh, you know who else is like that? Diana McConnell. You ever see her out on the road? She's always on point.
So we appreciate the put together people, but then also I'll let you guys know, for me personally, what I put out there is what I want you to see. You know what I mean? So I have like a whole bunch of scabs on my face right here. So if I post a picture from today, they'll be, what you call it, face brushed out. Like, you know, I put out there what I want you to see. So I think just to remember that, you know, so no comparisons or whatever. But you can still, you know, hate on Davina and Beautiful Beginnings and Tiffany and all the girls that just always look so, you know, don't hate on me. I got bumps. Hate on Davina.
Davina, I love you and thank you so much for representing Jamaica in such a beautiful way and always having such a good decorum.
Decorum. No, that's your declative. No.
Presence.
Yeah. Alright guys, so we're gonna wrap up. Oh, let me in. Oh, hold on, Davina wants to. Oh, Davina. Alright, come see Davina here. Davina said, "Let me in." Let me in.
So yeah.
How do I let in Davina? There's Davina.
Hi!
No, I want to see the bumps. Where are the bumps? You two lie. Not a bump.
No man, I have spots and see there? I have one here.
Yeah.
So I'm showing you that I'm not always put together.
You look great right now.
This
This is not put together.
Okay.
This, I mean, I wish I could look that not put together.
I know. So Davina, I want to
Am I
actually
seeing you all for brunch or lunch or something?
tell me now. We can set it up. I'd love to do a brunch or lunch with you. That would be so nice.
Please Saturday.
Yes, we should.
With shots and liquor and juice.
Thanks.
But Davina, I want to ask you a question because I don't work with your hair type in my business, right? But your hair type is very, very specific to the products you use, the routine that you do, and all of those things. And you always have it so nicely shaped. I love it because it's never...
And you always have it out.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit, like, you know, some people would maybe pin it up or... I've seen you cane it, but not very often. Like, what is your routine to keep your hair? It looks clean. It always looks coiffed. Like, what are you doing with your hair?
Well, I actually do wash my hair every week, so it's a weekly thing,
Right.
a weekly routine. And when I can't, I co-wash.
Okay.
But usually I use a lot of natural oil, so my hair gets oiled every morning, because especially when I'm like in Jamaica where it's dry. So right now it looks dry now, but you're probably not seeing that.
No, we're not.
Coconut oil, castor oil, all of those natural oils.
And how
is
often
pretty
do you
much-
get it cut?
Oh, I don't get it cut as often. Sometimes maybe every 2-3 months. I just did a big chop again.
Yeah.
Because I cut off 4 inches the other day because I wanted back my natural. This is my original signature fro look.
Yeah.
It was pretty big and you could barely see my face. So I had to cut it down so you can,
Yeah.
see a little bit of it. But usually after quite a while, it's really good to cut your hair at least a couple months. It helps it to grow.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm ever going to make it grow. I think my agencies love that it's big, but I don't think
That's what I
I'm
was
ever
about to
going to make
ask.
it.
Yeah.
I get lost in people don't see me.
Yeah.
They just sit there. So
Yeah.
So you signed on to some really big brands recently. Which brands is that? Can you disclose?
yes, I can actually, because I just mentioned it in my profile interview. So I actually have work coming out with Dior, which is...
You get any products? Bring them to brunch. Share.
So I have work coming out for them. I have work coming out for Hourglass. I have work coming out for Shea Moisture. I have a few jobs coming out that haven't been released yet, so that's exciting.
So, it's such a fairy tale when people are looking at you and they're just like, oh my gosh, well, she entered this beauty pageant and now she's gotten all of this business, and it seems that things just fell in your lap and they just happened for you. But I'm sure there's been a lot of struggles behind the scenes, and there's been a lot of, you're fighting for this, you're fighting for your look, you're fighting for your presence. How has that been and how has it felt? And now that you've actually signed these deals, do you feel that you have been accredited for your hard work?
Yeah, so you dropped me in an interview now after I come for show you, so I'm going to stay good.
But you're just so beautiful. You know what, Davina? It's not that I really wanted an interview with you. It's just that,
From how long Traci want to talk to you?
No, it's fine. No. I actually struggled my story. I think I've been pretty vulnerable and pretty open, letting people know that it wasn't easy for me to get to where I got to now, because honestly, it's been difficult for me. Like getting in this, I've walked into places with models and they get through right away, and it has taken me at least 8 years just to get here. I've been knocking on so many doors for years, and it didn't happen for me right away, and I had to keep going and going. So now that things are looking up, I do feel accredited. I do feel like, oh my gosh, thank God I stick to it, and thank God I never give up, because then I would have never actually see myself on a billboard or see myself working with certain brands. I mean, when I work with certain brands, sometimes I go on the jobs and I try to be normal, but when I leave the job, I legit ball on the place, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just did this. Like, I never saw myself. I saw myself working towards this, but I think even when it came, I didn't think it would have come so soon after just getting in this, I'll be like, all right, maybe I'll work with a Dior maybe in 5 years after I start, but not so soon. Or maybe I'll get a billboard in 10 years if I keep working hard.
Yeah.
So I never expect that, if I start working, if I get signed this year, I didn't expect to be on a billboard the next year. So
Yeah.
it's but my mom always said, when it's your time, it's your time.
Yes.
What's
you
up
can't
for
really
you,
put
after
a time
you.
on when God have a plan for you. And that's why some of the time we're not supposed to run down wanting things now, because maybe now you won't be able to actually manage the success that's coming your way. Because I can tell you, if I have the success that I have now, if I had it 5 years ago, it'd be a waste, because then I don't even know how to talk to people. I don't know how to accept certain things.
Yeah.
So it was just not the right time. So, it's just good that you just have to follow God's timing and just keep working,
Yeah.
Someone is asking and shouting, what agency are you with?
Oh, so I'm with LA Models in LA. I'm with DFM in Detroit. I'm with New York, Industry New York in New York. I'm with, who else am I with again? I'm with Ford Miami. I'm with Wanted and Bang in Mexico.
So hold on, how come back in the day, when you signed to one person, especially in Jamaica, because I was signed here in Jamaica, and it was such a concrete locked thing that you could only be with this one agency. I love that. That you're able to have different ones.
Work like that anymore. It's good to be signed in different markets, so that way, if Miami is not really not happening, Miami, I can leave, go to New York, and if New York is slow, I can go to LA. So
and that's way more beneficial to you. So I'm glad you're not like signed in where you have to do one, just you just have one agency.
Right.
And
so
when
now I'm signed to 7, and I have at least a couple more to get.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll get there.
I want to ask you one more thing about your beauty routine, though, right? Because you're a melanin lady, you have dark skin, and a lot of the beauty products out there, they kind of bleach your face. So not yours in particular, but like dark skin ladies in particular. Like a
kojic acid soap is lightning.
So I shared one of my beauty routine things with a girlfriend the other day, and when I saw her the next time, I was like, why do you look so white around here and here? Right. Is that a problem you have with your beauty routine things? And is it that we're melanated ladies are putting things too heavy on certain areas, and should we lighten up on those areas? Because I notice your skin is flawless in terms of like you're all one color.
Oh no, it's not. Hi. No, it's not. No. For me, it took some time, because I feel like just like natural hair products, you have to keep trying products and to see what works.
Yeah.
And I was so lucky to find there's this brand that my friend uses. It's called Fenton Skin. It's a natural based line, and that's what I've been using at least for the past 3 years. And I find that it works for me because my skin is pretty sensitive, so I can't really use anything. And also, I also don't like products that lighten my skin.
Yeah.
So that's something that works for me. I always recommend people to try it.
Fenton?
Fenton. Yeah,
okay.
Fenton Skin.
Okay, we're going to look it up.
Yeah, and it works for all skin types, but at least my melanin friends that have used it come back to me and said that it worked.
Yeah. You're so gorgeous, Davina. Thank you for coming on today with us.
Thanks, Davina. We really appreciate it.
I'm going to link you for lunch.
Yes, lunch and drinks. Lunch and drinks. Don't leave out the drinks. Bye, Davina. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. Oh, when is your profile interview coming out?
Oh, it come out already, but I think you can actually watch it on One Spot Media. It's still there.
Yeah, One Spot Media. That's where. Okay, all right. Thanks, Davina. We appreciate you.
We love you.
Bye. All right, guys. I like a spontaneous interview there with Davina,
my bestie.
Yes, your bestie. I can't imagine going to brunch with Davina and Traci. I'm like, so let me ask you something.
She's so gorgeous.
Fenton Skin. I'm gonna write that out. Fenton Skin. Conrad, is what you want me to pick you for. What you gonna say, Conrad? Conrad just one day in the life. This is what Conrad I gonna tell me. What you give me, Conrad? You gotta give me Dior. Alright, guys, we want to thank you so much. There's no Tricky's corner. We had a Davina corner in terms of determination and just doors opening up for you. And basically, what's up for you can't un for you. Yeah. So just want to say thank you to everybody for joining the live today. And we will be here next week, Tuesday, with more fun, foolishness, frolicness, and you never know.
You never know. But I would also like to say, if anybody would like to sponsor us our lunch for next week, so we don't have to be hungry up inside here.
Yeah, and drinking LadyBEE for breakfast. Yo, you're supposed to drunk.
I feel like I'm still riding on the liquor from Chris Breezy.
Alright, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I want to say bye. And you can catch us over on YouTube for the this episode in high definition. Thank you so much to Davina, and thank you guys. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to say and I'm forgetting it.
Thank you to LadyBEE. Big up LadyBEE.
Okay, yeah. I'm sipping this slowly. I'll probably drink this after dinner. Go to bed, buzz.
Oh, Jodi Mac says, I messaged you to post Chris Brown pictures and you never pay me no mind. Let me tell you something, I never get not one picture. I was standing up there like this. I had no
But
time.
I figure too, like, in terms of, you guys know I'm not a poster. You can go onto everybody else's
Do you
story
know
and
that
see
we
what's
went
happening
to-
at Chris Brown. When you want to come on my story for with my little chicky phone and just, not showing nothing. Come on,
We
man.
went to a media person and they were trying to give us tips on how to like make this into a better business.
And they were like, you have to post more, see me a tracer.
And that's why we
Yeah.
are always going to be the organic sisters who you get what you
Alright,
get.
I'm going to post. I have to put like a filter on it because somebody took my picture back. But I'm gonna post my picture from Chris Brown, from Chris Breezy.
I'll post Chris.
Stomach flat, body fat.
Yeah.
You can't see the body, but the stomach was flat. Alright, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Who is that again? Conrad, big up yourself. Okay, Conrad, let's join me next week with your Mickey Mouse self, and we'll have a talk because we gotta go now. And Conrad, I'll give you a shot next week. DM me and let's talk. I want to know what you're gonna say because you don't have a picture of yourself and you want to be added so badly. I feel like you're gonna cause trouble in a Conrad. Alright, everybody, thank you so much. I will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.